Shae, it's a crossover that we didn't know we actually needed. The NBA and Formula One came together to celebrate the US Grand Prix and NBA's 75th anniversary season. They dropped exclusive designs featuring F1 cars in custom liveries to represent all 30 teams in the league. Nicole Briscoe, she's in Austin and sat down with reigning world champion Lewis Hamilton.
The World Championship record is equalled. Lewis Hamilton is a 7-time champion of the world.
You've won 7 titles. How do you still stay motivated at this point?
Honestly, I find it really easy. I mean, I'm just a very competitive person always anyways. For sure, at the beginning of the year, you're like, okay, what's my drive? What's my goals? I always start from scratch, so I don't arrive, in my mind, I reset. I don't come back in the championship thinking, okay, I'm the champion and everyone's got to beat me.
We start at 0.
I'm hunting for the championship.
Lucky us, we are joined now by Nicole Briscoe, who is at the Circuit of Americas in Austin, Texas for the US Grand Prix this weekend. Good morning to you, Nicole. Thanks for being with us.
Hi.
So we mentioned.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, we're so happy that you are here with us. So we mentioned the NBA and F1 have partnered for the US Grand Prix, and we saw drivers, getting some shots up for the free throw competition. They were coached by legends like Dikembe Mutombo, Chris Bosh. So I have to ask you, since you're there and you're present, which driver had the best shot?
Daniel Ricciardo by far and away had the best shot because I actually saw him make 2 in a row, like unpracticed, unrehearsed. He just went out, boom. I don't want to be mean, but for the most part, basketball is not maybe something these drivers focus on a lot, and there was a lot of missing. In fact, it was real funny because at one point Chris Bosh was saying, "Hey guys, you can use the backboard," and the Ferrari drivers were out here at the time. They're like, we can use the backboard? Wait, that's part of it? It's like their little, like the minds exploded and they suddenly had a better idea of how to make this work. But it was not the most brilliant display of athleticism on this court here. But it was very fun to watch.
Everybody has their skill set. You throw the NBA guys in the F1 cars, good luck with that, right?
Exactly.
So
I don't even know that they fit in those cars.
Fit.
Yeah,
it's exactly. Exactly. No.
I can only imagine. So, Nicole, it's been 2 years since F1 has been in Austin, and I could tell just by the visuals we've seen, everybody's excited to be there. How's the atmosphere been on the paddock?
You know, it's very cool, but it's also very different. So the last time I was here was 2018, and obviously that was pre-pandemic. But the F1 sort of draw in the U.S. is much different now than it was the last time F1 was here, not just in Austin, but in North America. The pandemic shut down these races in Mexico, as well as Austin and in Canada. And I think we all know that the F1 fan base, because of that documentary, the docuseries, has really grown. It's exploded. So there's like a whole new sort of audience here in Austin right now. So that part of it is really cool to see the draw that these guys are bringing in, but also like literally on the track. This is one of the most exciting championship races that F1 has had in years. The battle between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton has been incredible. I mean, they've swapped leads 4 times already. There are still 6 races to go, and they're only separated by 6 points. You'd have to say at this particular track that maybe because Lewis has won here so many times that Lewis has a little bit of an advantage. The only thing that I can guarantee is that it's going to be an incredible watch on Sunday.
Okay, so let's dive a little bit deeper into that. You were able to sit down, obviously we saw with Lewis Hamilton. He told you his mindset, which is kind of hilarious to hear him say out loud, is hunting for the championship. Yet still, the last time Hamilton raced at Austin, he emphatically secured his 6th world title. I mean, so this could be the closest fight in years, but how is this all going to go down in your mind?
In my mind, this continues up until the last race of this season. Like, at this point, I'm assuming one of them is going to get the win here this weekend. That or they're going to, as they have done a couple of times, wreck each other out of this race because they are so competitive. But we're talking about 2 guys. I mean, Lewis Hamilton has been the focal point in the spotlight of this sport for so many years. He has won 7 championships, 6 out of the last 7 as well. So we're talking about a guy who doesn't take his success for granted, but has now learned to use his success for other things in the sport. And then you have Max Verstappen, who is one of the younger drivers in the sport, trying to become one of the youngest F1 World Championship winners in the history of F1. And how they're going about it is so very different. You think about Red Bull trying to beat Mercedes and what this would mean for them. You know, Red Bull had all that success with Sebastian Vettel, but now being able to come back and try to even get close to toppling Lewis Hamilton at this point, it's fascinating. And if it doesn't go back to like the last race of the season, I will be absolutely shocked. No, don't make me pick who wins because I just want to enjoy the ride.
Fair.
I was going to ask Nicole who's going to win, but you know what?
Okay.
She gave us so much great information. We won't do that to you. You're down there in the Lone Star State.
I'm not picking favorites.
I hear you. We pick favorites here. You're one of ours, Nicole. We appreciate
Nicole.
the time. Make sure you get some Torchy's tacos while you're down there. If you bring some back, we won't be mad either.
Done. Somebody just asked, can we have tacos 2 days in a row? And I was like, how's that even a question?
Why
like, we
is
could have tacos every day.
And not even on a
Almost
Tuesday.
impossible.
Like, it doesn't even need to be Tuesday, doesn't it?
It's almost like she's a Cornette. Nicole Briscoe, thank you so much.
All the tacos.
All the time.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.